абітурієнти! Сьогодні ми з вами звернемо увагу на ще одну частину тесту ЗНО з англійської мови, а саме writing. So, hello everybody! Today we're going to have a look at the writing paper. So, some people may think it's not for you. No, you are wrong. Everybody has to write their writing task. So, today we'll speak about the types of writing tasks you need to expect. So, judging by the previous samples of ZNO test, it has always been a letter. A letter of different types. Although in the official papers they say that you need to expect a letter or an essay. But, judging by the experience, most likely it's going to be a letter. However, there are different types of letters. So, to begin with, let's have a look at what type of letters are there. So, we have formal letters. This could be, for example, an email to an organization requesting some information. Or it could be a letter of application for a part-time job, for example. Or a letter of complaint. You probably are unhappy with the service you got at the restaurant and you decide to complain. Yeah? Next are semi-formal letters. For example, a letter to a magazine or some website where you express your opinion. So it's no longer formal, but it's not as if you are writing to a friend. Because when you're writing to a friend, the letter is informal. This could be a letter to a friend giving some advice, or on the contrary, asking for advice. A letter or an email of introductions like I am this and that. A letter of invitation to a party or some other event. A letter describing some event or, God abide, some accident. So, why is it important to know the type of the letters? The answer is because the type of the letters determines the structure and the style. Before the exam, long in advance, familiarize yourself with all the types of letters that you might expect during the test. You probably have studied it at school, and I believe you already have experience of writing different types of letters. So, during the exam, you can identify the type of a letter. This will determine, first of all, the style. Be it formal, informal, or semi-formal. Why is it important to know the style? Because the style determines the choice of grammar, grammatical structures, and vocabulary. So it's not a good idea to use contractions when you're writing a formal letter, yeah, a contracted forms. Or it's not a good idea to end your letter with words love, yours, this and that, if you're writing again a formal letter of complaint. So that's why identifying the type of letter and the style is important. So secondly, identify the structure of the letter depending on its type. The structure includes greeting, opening paragraph, main body, closing paragraphs, and signing off, like love, this and that. Also, the type of the letter determines the cliches, or we call them useful phrases or useful patterns that you will use during your writing. Read the instructions and the set of points carefully. We are going to look at the example right now. You will see these points. You must respond to all 3 points in the task. So look here. For example, the task is the following. You've got a letter from your English pen friend in which he or she writes to her parents that her parents are worried about the lack of exercise in your friend's life. Write a letter to your pen friend in which tell him or her the following. And here come these 3 important points. I would recommend even using like a checkbox. Tick them to make sure that you have covered all 3 points in your letter. So whether you do sport or not and why, what sports are popular with your friends and where they do them, and don't forget, give some piece of advice on how to keep fit. So if you fail to include one of the points, you underscore, so you lose the points, and that's bad. So don't forget to cover all 3 points in the task. So once again, getting back to our tips, read the instructions carefully, and while writing, don't forget to use linking words and phrases to connect the ideas. So like on the one hand, on the other hand, to begin with, though, although, first of all, another thing, secondly. So here you can see a comprehensive list of some phrases, useful phrases and cliches for an informal letter. Have a detailed look at it. And here goes some recommendations as for useful cliches and patterns for the semi-formal letter. You may study them later. Here it is. So getting back to our task, yeah, to a letter to a friend about giving advice, yeah. So you identify this task as a letter of advice. The style, if it's a letter to a friend, then it's informal. This determines the choice of grammatical structures. So don't forget about the amount, the size of your letter. Normally, it is stated in the task. Write a letter at least 150 words. So the maximum would be 200, not more, because otherwise it would be too long and you just won't fit into the space into your answer sheet, right? So read the instructions carefully. If the instructions ask you do not write your name or any personal information, then don't. Don't forget to start your letter in an appropriate way. Use the salutations and greetings, which generally suit the informal letters. If it's a letter to a friend, it would be like, hello James, hi Jenny, it's been long since I last heard from you. So use these tips that may help you to present your ideas. And once again, don't forget to include all 3 points. Yes? Thank you for your attention. We wish you all the best at your ZNO in English, and we look forward to meeting you here at Zaporizhzhia National University. Wish you good luck.